Jake here with the Big Ranch Show, and I think there's a problem with liberals. As a liberal, I think I'm free to speak my mind on this issue. Many of you lost your minds when Hillary Clinton lost the election, without even really considering how she may have lost it. We knew that she was not the most popular candidate in the world going in. We assumed she'd be more popular than Donald Trump, and the popular vote shows that she was. The problem is she could not connect with the voters in key states, especially key Rust Belt states. She could not connect with the middle income voter in Pennsylvania, for example. She should have. She should have wiped the floor with Pennsylvania. Should wipe the floor with Donald Trump in Pennsylvania. But she didn't. Why? Because she didn't connect and people didn't trust her. Whether or not there were lies spread about her during the campaign, a lot of Americans were not going to trust another Clinton. I was willing to trust her over Donald Trump. But here's where we differ. You guys went off and started riots because your candidate lost. That's ridiculous. You make the rest of us liberals and progressives look entirely stupid. I moved on. By Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, I didn't give two flips anymore who had won. I had moved from election mode to, okay, what are we going to do now? Are liberals in Congress and Democrats in Congress going to have a backbone and stand up to some of the crazier ideas that Donald Trump may have? Or are we going to concede and let him do whatever he wants? Are we going to be chicken shits and move to Canada? Or are we going to sit here at home and fight what could be a very terrible agenda here at home? Many of you need to realize that things in life don't go the way you want them. Sometimes your candidate loses. Maybe you should try being a liberal in Texas for a change. I lose a lot. My votes never count hardly. Why? Because Texas almost always votes for the Republican in almost every race, especially in East Texas where I currently reside. It's hard to even get a Democrat elected onto a city council in East Texas, much less a state office. So get over yourself. Hillary Clinton didn't win. We voted in to the general election the wrong candidate. Okay? We did that. It wasn't stacked against Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders was the right candidate. I truly believe Bernie Sanders would have beat Donald Trump. But we picked Hillary Clinton. People can blame the super delegates and all this BS, but it's the exact same system that Barack Obama beat Hillary Clinton with in 2007, 2008, whenever those primaries were. Exact same. Nothing changed. Now, could the DNC have been a little more supportive of Bernie Sanders? Maybe that would have given him more of a shot? Yes. But the fact is, Hillary Clinton got more votes than Bernie Sanders. Therefore, liberals and Democrats selected Hillary Clinton to go up against Donald Trump. To be clear, my vote was not for Hillary Clinton. My vote was for Bernie Sanders. But I hate the fact of what liberals are becoming. We've already known for years that Democrats have no backbone, and many liberals have no backbone. We've learned this. I've known this for years. But I didn't think we would be the ones trying to dismiss an election. We got it wrong. We must move on and fix what we caused. Whatever rift we caused in those key states, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida even, whatever we did as a party, we need to go back and correct. Whatever we relied on too heavily for one group of voters, or whatever we did. But we need to investigate what we did wrong, what went wrong. And I truly believe that the main thing that went wrong, because if you look across the country, Democrats took spots in Congress. They took seats from Republicans in Congress. So obviously it's not a rejection of the liberal agenda. It was a rejection of Hillary Clinton. And we need to face the facts. That Hillary Clinton was a weak and shady candidate that even many liberals were not going to vote for. Many of them voted for Jill Stein. Some voted for Donald Trump because they're stupid, I guess. I don't know. All I know is that you liberals that are out there whining and crying and people like Michael Moore who are out there saying that they want to disrupt the inauguration of Donald Trump, trying to just basically disregarding our history of peaceful transition of government from one president to the next. Just want to disregard that just because you don't like the person that was elected president. I've been a long-time supporter of Michael Moore, but I will not support the total disregard that he and some of my fellow liberals are showing for our process. This is America. We may not like the person that wins, but guess what? The other person won. We can't cry about it. We can't sit there and bitch and moan about it. And we sure as hell shouldn't be disrupting their inauguration just because we disagree with them. You can do as you wish. You're free to express yourself. But do realize that Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America. And we have to stand and fight for things like Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security, and women's reproductive rights, and equality of everyone, male, female, black, white, Hispanic, LGBT, whatever. We have to stand and fight for the minorities of our country. We have to stand and fight for everybody that could be affected in a negative way from some of the potential ideas that Donald Trump has put forth. So you can either stand against some of the crazy things that Donald Trump has suggested, or you can be a coward and cry and whine about it. You can either realize that Hillary Clinton was not the best candidate in the world, or you can cry and whine and make excuses for why she lost. If you ask me, the choice is clear. It's very clear. It's to stand up and fight for the things that you believe in. Me personally, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and equal rights. Those are the things that I stand for. Those are the things that I believe we need to fight for. And if Donald Trump wants to work on helping the middle class, I'm all for it. I'll support him every way, every step of the way to helping the middle class get back to work and regrow the middle class. But if he starts attacking Medicare, Medicaid, or Social Security, sure, I will be right there standing against him. And I hope you will be too. Or are you going to be too cowardly and run off to Canada because you don't like who won? Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Slap a like down there if you like it. But I just really wish my fellow liberals would realize that we have to move on, or else we're going to miss our chance. And Mr. Trump will get everything done that he said he wanted to get done. And that'll be bad for us. That'll be bad for the Republic. So thank you, and have a nice day.